So today I was actually inspired to shoot another video relatively quickly, because I've been just doing maybe one video a week. But after working today, man, like I was like, I have to shoot another video, because outside of pro wrestling, I'm a server. That's what I do. I would say part-time. I've been serving I would say for the past maybe 5 to 6 years. Serving has allowed me to pursue pro wrestling, has given me, all the time that I need in order for me to do the things that I want to, which is why I've been doing it for as long as I have. But you make pretty good money not having to work that many hours. Obviously, more hours you work, the more money you make, but I don't need to do all that. But anyways, back to the video. So today, it was pretty busy, and I served this 90-year-old lady today. She was there with 3 other friends. They were all old ladies, but they were there to celebrate her birthday. Usually, there's times where people come through and like they'll say, hey, it's my birthday. And depending on how they go about that, could determine on whether I'm like, great, happy birthday, or like, I don't care, why are you telling me? But in this case, they were all really, really nice. So as soon as they told me that she was celebrating her 90th birthday, like, man, I was like, wow. Like, and she looked great too. She did not look 90. She looked like she may have been like 70, maybe even 65. That's how good she looked for her age. And it was really busy too when they came in. They came in during lunch hour, or they came in during rush hour. And they were extremely patient. They were really nice. They didn't really ask for a lot. It just put things into perspective for me, because here you have this 90-year-old lady who seems genuinely happy. That moment that she was spending there with her friends, it seemed like it meant the world to her. I wanted to make her experience really nice. So, I offered a free dessert, and she didn't want to take it, but her friends encouraged her to take it. And I said, don't, like, you ain't got to eat it here. You can, pack it up and take it home with you, because they were gonna go to, I guess, one of the ladies' house for dessert, and they actually invited me, which was really nice. But yeah, she ended up ordering the dessert, and she took it home to go. But man, I just feel like when I come across people like that, especially when they're a lot closer to the end, it just makes me think, like, man, why do we get so caught up in things that don't really matter? Like, we get so caught up in our own mind that it just, sometimes we just blind ourselves with our problems, our ego, our selfishness, when at the end of the day, like, none of that really matters. Because once it's all said and done, the only thing that's going to be left behind are the memories that you left with people. You'll be able to take none of your materialistic values with you after you pass away. But we just get so caught up in like the nonsense. And when you're a server, you come across so many different people. For me, serving has given me an outlook on how people are when they're out in the world, in the public, and like, how do they act, how do they treat others that they don't know. I'm fair to everyone. I don't treat anyone any different from anybody else. I go in with the intention of making sure I can provide the clientele with the best possible experience so that, I can make my money. Sometimes you just get people who are extremely rude, who are really impatient, and it's really unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate. And I feel like there's no reason for you to be going out of your way to treat someone who you don't know disrespectfully, because you wouldn't like it if it was done to you. And it really bothers me, because when you're treating other people not great, it's because you're not thinking of how they're feeling. You're only concerned about yourself. And being selfish, it's a crime. It's a crime. I think sometimes we truly believe that we are the most important person walking on this earth. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I feel that way too. But I also have to realize that, you know, it's like I gotta open my eyes. I gotta be realistic here. As much as I like to claim myself to be the main character of my own life, I also have to be considerate of other people. And that's why I treat everyone with respect. Because that's only fair. You have to treat everyone with respect. Even if you're not feeling the best at the moment, like there's no reason for you to take it out on anyone who didn't do anything to you. Because that's just you not being fair. It's immature. It's immature. And it's horrible when grown adults are doing this. Like, you're not a child. Children tend to act based off, you know, on how they're feeling. If they're angry, they're gonna show it. If they're happy, they're gonna show it. But that's because they don't know yet. You know, they have to learn as they go. Whereas us adults, so we can't be up there in age and lashing out at another individual because we're not happy with something, especially if we don't know them. Oh man, I think I can really get a good sense of someone's character based off how they treat someone working in like service, how people treat servers, how people treat cashiers, how people treat anyone who works in a service industry. I think that's where you can get a good test of what their character is really like. And if they treat that individual who's taking care of them really well, then I think that right there is like that. You can't put a price on that. And I think you having that behavior will take you really far in life, because you never know what that other person may be going through at the time. The 90-year-old lady, like, she really inspired me to come home, set the camera up, and start recording, because it just made me realize that we just can't get too caught up in the nonsense. Get out of your own head, get out of your own way, and just be there for yourself, be there for others, be in the moment, and just make the most out of the things that you have full control over. I think that's another thing too. We tend to get too wrapped up in the things that we have no control over, which is why we start going crazy. But nah, forget that. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the things that you're able to have control over. And I believe that you will live a much happier and better life if you decide to live your life that way. But I think that's it for this video. I just wanted to shoot it real quick because on my way home, I'm like, I have to start doing these videos, especially if I get an idea that crosses my head, because I know if I wait, then it's not going to get done. So I wanted to make sure that I set this video up, or I set this camera up, I start recording, and I share that story with you guys. All right, guys, that is it for this video. If you stuck it all the way through, if you made it this far, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and if you got any stories that you want to share, or maybe you came across someone who helped you look at things differently, or maybe change your perspective on things, then drop it in the comments. I will love to read those stories. But guys, have a great 4th of July weekend, and I will catch you all in the next one. And remember to stay super fresh.